Hello everyone, my name is Shravani Sunil Navghare, a data analytics student from National College of Ireland. I am going to present a presentation on my research proposal, which is classification of songs according to weather. These are the contents which I'll cover in this video presentation. Firstly, I'll state my research topic, then literature review to state the motivation of my topic and the brief introduction of the proposed model, techniques used and the references of the literature used. So, the title of my research proposal is Context-Aware Case-Based Reasoning for Auto-Generation of Song Playlist based on Weather Forecast for Dublin. So basically, I'm going to propose a model which will generate the playlist of songs according to weather that has been forecasted. To carry out the objective, a literature survey was done which shows the importance of weather data in predicting objects in different other fields. We know that there has been a lot of research in the field of weather. Different techniques and machine learning models has been used to predict the weather, temperature and many more. But recently, the study to use weather data to predict something outside the weather domain is done. This section of presentation will guide about the use of weather data to predict travel, electricity, food and music. So, in travel, the weather data has been used to predict the aircraft arrival rate. For this, the author has used support vector machine to depict the impact of weather on flight operations. The terminal aerodrome forecast was considered as an independent variable and the aircraft arrival rate was considered as a dependent variable to estimate the delay of aircraft in Philadelphia. Next, in prediction of the motorcycle crash rate, the research was carried out in United States about the environmental factors affecting the motorcycle crash rate. It is found out that the air temperature, humidity and rainfall affects the crash rate and was studied by building 5 different configured Bayesian models. The factor called as mean square predictive error was used to examine the models and compared on fitness and performance. The last study covered in this domain is of estimation of road time travel. The researchers has considered many factors like weather, number of vehicles, time and location of traffic speeds and evaluated by lasso, PCA and regression analysis. In food domain, the first study was carried out for predicting the quality of wine. This study was carried out in 2001 by comparing the reviews of 3 experts using regression model and building profit model. The ratings were compared by calculating chi-square between the residuals. The result of this analysis states that the evaluation result of different experts are correlated. The next study is of predicting the wheat yield in the provinces of Punjab. The author has implemented the random forest and considered 15 different independent variables. The root mean square of the model was calculated to see the performance. The last study in this domain was carried out to predict the quantity of tomatoes on weather data. Different models on multiple regression, random forest were implemented and evaluated. It was found out that random forest model was accurate by measuring on mean absolute error. The electricity consumption rate of a building in Sweden was done on regression models considering factors like heat pump, ventilation and appliance load. The data was deeply analyzed by plotting the features in R and measured the performance on factors like AIC and BIC, which is nothing but the estimators of relative quality of statistical model. This research has shown the importance of this performance measure which can be considered for the implementation of the proposed model. The last domain and the domain where I found the motivation for this project is music. A famous research in music domain on the impact of weather data is carried out by J. Silkley. He developed a system named Music for My Mood. This system has 3 models, intention module and mood module and the recommendation module. The intention module will comment about the mood of the user based on its past behavior. Like if it's rainy season, so in the past when it was rainy, how many times did the user listen to the music? The answer of this model, whether yes or no, will be carried out to the mood model which will decide the mood of the user by using the data of listening history, like what type of music user usually listens to when it rains. Hence, the recommendation model will recommend the similar songs to the user. Case-based reasoning has been used in the implementation of all the 3 models. This system was for single user, like the likings, mood of a user. There has been 3 similar studies carried out in this domain, but all were related to single user. There is no study or no system carried out for the mass. Hence, The project aims at proposing a model in the music domain considering the mass. So basically the idea that I'm going to propose is of automatic generation of playlists for mass based on weather for Dublin. There will be two models built during this implementation. One will be for weather forecast and another will be for the recommended classification using KNN. So the case study for this project is of Dublin. Why Dublin? Because we all know that the weather in Dublin is very unpredictable and hence will provide a good test environment. This is the detailed architecture of the proposed model. The data required for the implementation is collected from different websites. Proper extraction and cleaning techniques will be applied wherever required. This data will be then saved in three different datasets. The forecast model will get trained from ARIMA or ES algorithm, which will suit the best. After that, CBR, that means the KNN algorithm, will train the classification model using the forecasted weather and the training dataset, and then will classify and generate the playlist using the test dataset. The techniques and algorithms used during these implementations are case-based reasoning and ARIMA and ES. So, what is case-based reasoning? Case-based reasoning uses the solution of previous similar problems to solve the current problem. For example, a new problem has been occurred. CBR will retrieve the previous similar cases, will reuse the solution to solve the problem, revise the results, and will update the solution to retain it. KNN algorithm is usually used to classify the problems using CBR. For forecasting, the weather data will be divided into two parts, training and testing. The training part will be used to train both the ARIMA and the ES model. Then the testing set will be used to test the models and will be compared using AIC and BIC measures, which we have discussed in the literature review. Then the best from these two models will be used for forecasting. Hence, a model will be built for auto generation of the playlist using prominent techniques and algorithms for forecasting and classification. The references used throughout the presentation are mentioned here. For any queries, please drop down in the comment section. Thank you.